Today on the Topping Show, Vivek on California giving interest-free loans for illegal immigrants. Ron DeSantis clarifies Florida does not give driver's license to illegal immigrants. Planet Fitness faces a backlash after allowing an adult man to shave in a woman's locker room in front of a child and actually revoking the membership of the woman who reported it. Bud Light stock is sold by Marlboro for $2.2 billion. Fisker hires a bankruptcy advisor and claims, everything's okay with their stock less than a quarter per share. Dollar General sees 2024 as a comeback year, and Best Buy has a recall for air fryers. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Guy says quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, we have Fisker hiring a bankruptcy advisor. Now Fisker is a electric automotive engineering company. They pretend to be an automotive manufacturer, but this really made by an OEM. And Fisker is probably best known for making that, they made a car called the Karma, and they gave one to Justin Bieber, who made it, interestingly enough, made it look even more ugly than it was by wrapping it in like a chrome film. Now, it was mostly a joke. Well, I mean, it's technically a real company, but they subsequently went bankrupt because of a myriad of issues from manufacturing to just not having the capabilities to put the vehicle together. So when they came out of bankruptcy, or rather when they had a new company, a new name, or new legal name entity, they have actually most of the vehicles manufactured by an OEM, so a third party will actually make it for them. Now, if you look at Fisker's kind of fiscals, kind of look at their stock price, it is quite concerning to say the least. Now, granted, hindsight's always 20/20 when it comes to investing, but one of my buddies actually bought their stock, maybe it was a year or two ago, for like $6 per share. And even then, I was pretty pessimistic because, again, they've gone bankrupt before. EV is an especially competitive space. The profit margins are pretty rough, especially when you're starting. You're losing a lot of money. I mean, it took Tesla years just to break even, and then a little longer to actually make a profit. It is a one of the biggest gambles ever is automotive, bar none. Now, going to the 5-year trend of the Fisker stock, and again, the stock, by the time this video is rendered and uploaded, may be different than what I'm saying now, but as of the time of this recording, it's 16 cents per share. Which means if you were to buy a gumball at the grocery store, you could have bought a little more than one share of their stock, which is abysmal to say the least. So in the past 5 years, their stock has gone down 98.34%. In the past year, it's down 97%. Year to date, it's down 89.98%. In the past 6 months, it's down 97.66%. In the past month, it's down 78%. And then last week, we're down about 57.58% because, again, that's when the news, kind of the rumors came out that, oh yeah, they're talking to bankruptcy advisors. And also, even more of a spoiler alert, they don't even have a dividend yield ratio or percentage because they don't pay dividends. So there is not much of an incentive to keep the stock. Now, the rumor went on for a couple hours or a couple days, and then Fisker finally came out, and their defense was, oh yeah, we hire all types of advisors. They're not necessarily going for bankruptcy. Now, that being said, again, it's 16 cents per share, and I believe this is on the New York Stock Exchange. One of the contingencies of being listed on that is you have to be over $1 per share. Now, you get your wrist slapped a couple times. I believe they allow you to have 2 issues or 2 trading incidents where it's below $1, and you have to build up a whole business proposal telling them, hey, here's our plan to get above $1. Please don't delist us yet, for the love of God. But at this point, I'm not sure what they're going to be doing because, again, there's so much. You have political uncertainty, you have economic uncertainty, you have high interest rates. It's not a good time for most businesses, especially EVs. And there's a lot of competition. It's getting pretty strong. The traditional automotive manufacturers are increasing their EV capabilities and building out those manufacturing capabilities to where they could have their larger infrastructure, do it for a lower price point than before. So I also wonder what's a compelling reason to buy a Fisker. I mean, I have one friend who bought it. He does like it. It's also not manufactured by Fisker. It's an OEM manufacturer out of, I believe, Austria that makes the Toyota Supra as well as, I believe, the bastardized BMW, whatever it's called. BMW is not great at marketing. They just use letters and numbers instead of like names. But nevertheless, in terms of the assets of Fisker, I mean, yeah, you will have their design team, their engineering resources, but I don't quite frankly see how they're going to make it. Because again, if you're looking at an EV, what are you going to buy? I mean, I think an overwhelming majority of people, and the market has also spoken, is they're buying Teslas. They're buying maybe a Rivian. Maybe they're buying something by a traditional legacy automotive manufacturer. You have General Motors coming out with the Bolt, which is a real product. It's not a joke. It's kind of funny. But you got General Motors making some of them. You have Mercedes making a little bit. A lot of them are starting to put them out there. You got Ford. I mean, what is a great, compelling reason that would make you want to buy a Fisker? Which, again, they've gone bankrupt before. Or maybe they'll be the GM of the EV market and they'll just go bankrupt like time and time again. GM's on their third or they've gone bankrupt 3 times since Billy Durant founded the company by combining Oldsmobile and Buick way back in the day. So maybe they'll be the GM of the EV community. But again, never giving financial advice in the show. When I look at the stock, though, I just think, yeah, the odds are really stacked against them. I can't really conceive how they'll get better anytime soon. But as I always say, time shall tell. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, take the time to give me a like or thumbs up or thumbs down. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback as well as sharing the video to help the YouTube algorithm. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.